Me? Thank you. So we're going to get started, and we're going to start with an introduction of our one and only Diana N. Patterson, and we're going to read her bio. So DMP Productions was founded by author, director, producer, and playwright Diana N. Patterson. Ms. Patterson released her first literary composition, Everything Rose in the Valley, in 2017. She aspires to use her gift in creative writing to induce transformative thinking and self-empowerment. Ms. Patterson began her career in the creative arts at the tender age of 6 years old. She performed in numerous plays as a youth. Ms. Patterson also won several poetry and essay contests in creative writing as a youth, which enhanced her interest in creative writing. Before writing her own plays, Ms. Patterson performed the lead role in several plays, including Raising the Sun and Sassy Mamas. Ms. Patterson earned a bachelor's degree in education policy and community studies and a master's degree in administrative leadership, adult continuing education. Ms. Patterson is also a certified life coach and personal development consultant. After the launch of her first book in 2017, Ms. Patterson had a yearning in her heart to live out her passion by pouring herself into creative writing. Everything Grows in the Valley, A Few Good Men is her first large theatrical production. Ms. Patterson desires to tour the U.S. with her performances and pursue a career in film production. Everything Grows in the Valley, intimate conversations with the author, special edition series, A Few Good Men talk show, is a platform Ms. Patterson created to empower women by providing guidance, resolve, healing, and the ability for women to make wiser choices as God prepares them for the one so that God prepares them for the one He hand-carved and specially designed for them. So with that, I introduce Ms. Diana N. Patterson.
Thank you. I'm so excited. I'm going to sit down so that people can see me, but there's so much that we're going to have a good time tonight, y'all. We're going to ask a lot of questions. I've got the men here ready to answer your questions. Ladies, bring them. Also, I just want to make sure that our Facebook Live audience knows we will be interactive with you. So ask your questions. We will be addressing your questions. So a few things I want to do. I want to do some homework before we get started tonight. I want to thank the beautiful Miss Bonita, the owner of B's Wine Bar. She is absolutely amazing. Bonita Billings is thebomb.com. So any of you that are not here yet, it's not too late. You can come in all night. There's never a time that is too late. So just come on down if you're on your way. I know I had some women inbox me earlier saying they're going to be in. So come on in. There's no point that you won't be able to enter the building. So also, I want to thank a few people tonight. My daughters who have been very instrumental in helping me put this together. So my daughters, I'm going to go from youngest to oldest. LaShawna Patterson, would you please stand? This is my youngest, LaShawna, and my daughter, Lanisha Patterson, my second youngest, and my daughter, T. Patterson, my second oldest, and my oldest daughter, LaToya Gowdy. So I'm thanking you all for being here tonight, and I want to acknowledge we have some very special people here tonight as well. Diane Tibbet is here. Hello, love. Laverne is here. Hello, beautiful. Well, where's Farrell Phelps? Farrell Phelps is in the house. Hello, Farrell. All right. So I want to make sure I'm not forgetting. So we're going to, without further ado, I want to introduce our men, and I'm going to let them tell you a little bit about themselves. I was going to read their bios, but nobody can tell them about themselves better than you. No, he's part of the next part. My oldest daughter thought I was going to forget my son-in-law. He is part of the Few Good Men cast. He goes next year. So, without further ado, I'm going to start introducing the men, and I am starting with my amazing, and I call him my son-in-love, because literally I could have had him. He's been in my life. I think he's been conspiring to marry my daughter since he was 3 years old. Because that's how long he's been hanging around. So without further ado, I would like to introduce the DJ, my podcast engineer, and my beautiful son-in-law, Lord Rudy Gowdy. And here tonight, DJs have music will be coming straight live from his. What's your company? Just Lord Rudy Gowdy?
It's just I am Lord Rudy.
I am Lord Rudy. So, and he does. Tell him a little bit about what you do, the services you offer. We want to give everybody a shout out tonight.
I am Lord Rudy. How you doing? I'm an author, father, uncle, nephew, niece, whatever I have to be. I will be the whoever needs me.
And you do for for your DJing, you
Oh,
do.
DJing, I do corporate parties, mainly weddings, quinceañeras, private parties, birthday parties, baby parties. Do it all.
All of the above. All right, so without further ado, we're going to start introducing everyone. I want to start with my moderators, and I'm so honored and so blessed to have two of my favorite people moderating tonight. Local celebrities, by the way. So I'm going to start with the amazing Cam Hill from the Cam Hill Show. He's a radio personality. Amazing FM. Thank you, Cam. And also the beautiful Shimon Lamara. She's an entrepreneur, and she had too many titles. I said, we just don't have enough time, girl. So without further ado, let's introduce our amazing men that will be answering your questions tonight. I want to give it a shout out. Well, he's not on the panel, but my other son-in-law is here, Mr. Vance. Yes, over there trying to be, he always tries to hide. I'm a fan. So let's start off with, first and foremost, we're going to start off with Mr. Damian Valentine. He is our first panelist, a few good men. Damian, tell them a little bit about a lot of it that you do.
How y'all doing today? Got 2 hours? Okay, come on. Y'all beautiful. My name is Damian Valentine. My character is Derek in the play, and it's amazing. And I'm just so thankful for Miss Donna Patterson and her daughters and everybody that gave me this platform. I have a mentoring organization called Young Kings, mentoring young men to be young kings. The K is for knowledge, the I is integrity, the N is for nobility, and the G is for gentlemen. So just trying to make a difference, and I'm glad to be doing it with my brothers. All right. So I have a book, and it's called I Am a King. So the mentoring organization actually has this little superhero. His name is King, and it was illustrated for my son when he was 10, which is the age I got custody of him. I'm a single father, and I raised my son from here all the way up to here. So, it's great to be on this platform because it's crazy in the play. I'm actually like a father figure in the play. So it was nothing but God's divine purpose that I walked right into the shoes that fit me into this situation. So I thank you very much, Don.
Thank you. All right. And next we're going to introduce Mr. Chris White. Chris, tell them a little bit about yourself.
So my name is Chris White, and I play Terrence in the stage play. I have to credit this play for making me reach outside the box as an artist and really dig deep and play this part because he's absolutely nothing like me. I would never put my hands on a beautiful lady. So I do appreciate you for writing that part for me and seeing that is fit for me. But outside of acting, I'm also a chef and I'm a personal trainer. I've been running my own personal training service now for 8 years out of my own facility. So if y'all get a chance to check me out, FWC Personal Training, Fit with Chris, also Chef Chris. I do the healthy stuff and the not so healthy stuff. Y'all check out the Flavor Bomb. We do pop-ups every month. Foods you ain't never heard of, concepts you ain't never thought of. Check me out. Other than that, I'm happy to be here.
Thank you. All right. And next we're going to have Mr. Kenneth Grissom.
Walk up here with my drink.
All right.
How's everybody doing today? Good. All right. Make sure Facebook see me.
We saw you. I see you. You in there.
Well, I play Eric in the play. Can't remember the guy's last name, but Eric. He's a gentleman who only wants to help his woman. A lot of us guys want to help our women. They don't always want us to do it, but we want to help them. Let us help you. Also, I like to credit Diane for giving me Diane.
She gonna get you.
She gonna get you. Me a chance. And actually, I'm in quite a few films, quite a few plays now, and I'm doing voiceover work. Going to be doing voiceover work. I'm a multi-published photographer. You've seen some of my work in Time, Houstonian, some in Vogue, weddings, headshots. Anything y'all need, call me.
All right.
Jarvis Vaughn. Hello, I'm Jarvis Vaughn. I wasn't part of this play, but some stuff happened in my life, family stuff, and I had to drop out. I do a whole lot of volunteer work downtown. I talk to troubled kids. I'm a former basketball player in college. I'm overseas. I train children in the neighborhood. So if you got kids that need some help or train, just call.
All right, and last but certainly not least, we have Mr. Paul Green.
Hello, everybody. My name is Paul. She said it before. Not a whole lot about me, man. I'm a police officer here in Houston. I'm an actor, also a writer, motivational speaker. I got hooked up with my guy right here to get with these young kids. And other than that, my mind went blank, but I'm ready to get to these questions. I am working on my personal training thing, so I'm going to get with this guy and Miss Matilda as well in order to get this thing done. But other than that, let's get to these questions. Oh, and I'm going to keep it 100 with y'all. So if I offend any of my friends out there, I'm sorry. It's going to happen, but I can't. We're going to keep it real with y'all with these questions, all right?
All right, and I want to make a special announcement. My girl in the back, Valencia Frank from Franklin, Valencia, come on up here and tell everybody what you got back there. And let me tell y'all, look now, I'm mad at her. Let me tell y'all about this little story. So all this time she's been letting me walk around thinking that my favorite was the cashews. Because every time I wanted the pumpkin seeds, she was out of it. And so I just happened to get a hold of the pumpkin seeds last week. We almost fought. Honey, if any of you don't do anything tonight, buy some Frankly Delicious nuts, but my personal favorite are the pumpkin seeds. So without further ado.
Good evening. Hi. Good evening. Anyway, my name is Valencia Franks. My company is called Frankly Delicious Nuts because my last name is Franks. And then when you taste them, the first thing out of most people's mouth is that they're delicious. Which they are. My slogan is because anytime is a good time for a nut. Yep. So, not just Christmas. So y'all are nasty. I like them. And so anyway, typically they're $8 a bag, but I'm doing a special tonight. So if you buy 4, you get 4 for $25. Okay. And I want y'all to dip into them. I want y'all to scratch them like Pookie in the middle of the night. Piece of nuts. Thank you. I got samples, so come get some samples.
Okay, well you need to put that aside. So we have mics for our moderators. So what's going to happen is our wonderful celebrity moderators, Cam Hill and Shimon, are going to go around, ladies, just whatever questions you have. But we're going to start off with a hot topic. So we're going to start off with okay, I'm sorry. I did forget someone, Antonio. Because you came, so you're going to come on up here. Antonio Bynes, come on up. Here's another one of our amazing actors. And let me tell you about Antonio's role. The play that I wrote had such heavy content that I said, I got to lighten this play up a little bit. I got to bring some humor, and baby, did he bring the humor? Tell me about you, baby. He's a wonderful. I love Antonio.
Well, like she said, I'm Antonio. I still don't know why my voice gets deep on the mic, but I'm Antonio Bynes. The story is, Shakobi told her about me, and I was like, okay. I didn't know exactly what the part was. I saw my version is what I saw, what I did, and she's like, basically had to tell me that, okay, calm down. I was like, I've always been told it's better to have to tell them how you bring it down as opposed to come up. So I want to thank her for letting me come in at the last minute for a great play. And I told her, like, you better not ever cast nobody else for this part. I keep telling her that. I'm like, look, I'm going to beat her with this mic. Her son's mine. said it in front of everybody. Everybody. But I'm glad to be a part of this, though. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Just so you know, my son in love over there is a part of this panel. So if you want, and if you have any questions specifically for any of the gentlemen, just let us know. So I wanted to start off with a hot topic. I just saw an ad on Facebook today, and I loved it. It was a beautiful African-American woman. She was a plus-size woman, and she had on a two-piece bodysuit, swimsuit, and baby, she was rocking it. So I thought one of the good things to talk about to start off with is body image, because it's so important to so many women. A lot of women are afraid even to open up and try to date or get into a relationship when they don't feel good about themselves. Body image is huge, especially when you're trying to get back in the dating game, if you haven't been in it, or you're trying to get in the dating game. So we're gonna start off with some of the gentlemen here, and I just want to hear from each of them. Give me your impression of body image. I mean, because different strokes for different folks, right? Everybody doesn't like the same thing. So we're gonna get to hear a little bit from each of them. So we'll start off with you, Damien. Keep it short. Damien will take over.
I'll make it quick. When it comes to me, you know, I like all shapes, sizes, colors, and flavors, as long as it's beautiful. But the beauty really comes within the inside, you know. I can look at you, and you can look amazing when you open your mouth. You're not beautiful no more. Okay? So, it's crazy. I have a few lady friends, and it's crazy that they want to get themselves perfect before they start dating. And I tell them, you know, it doesn't work like that. The crazy thing is that if they were standing right in front of you all, they're gorgeous. But on the inside, you know, they've been preventing themselves from dating because they don't feel perfect. But I'll say this, you know, you never know. Life is sometimes unexpected, and you never know when it's your time to go or your time to transition into something else, whatever it may be. I would say, as far as like your body, and you know, don't try to do what everybody else is doing from social media and all that. Everybody is unique and beautiful in their own way. Embrace what you got. Trust me, there's a man out there that loves you just how you are. And I would focus more on trying to find somebody who loves exactly what you have than trying to, you know, do something else that somebody else is doing. Okay? Because I'm looking at all the ladies right here tonight, and everybody looks beautiful in their own way. You understand what I'm saying? So ladies, just keep it true to yourself. Don't try to look like nobody else. And yeah, embrace your beauty just the way it is.
Thank you. All right, we're going to have Paul Green.
You know how I'm a bag bad. I mean, I just want to start, you know, every woman wants to be comfortable with herself first and foremost, you know, I mean, and it's not really all about your image, like you say, you know, as men, we deal with all kinds of women. I've dealt with multiple women, beautiful and all, you know, but it comes down to their brains. I'm more in love with a woman's mind than her body, because her body is only temporary, but her mind will last forever, man. If she can satisfy me or a man mentally, then you can't lose with that. You can work on that body, baby. You ain't got to worry about the rest of that.
And next we're going to have Antonio Vines.
Honestly, I like them all, short, fat, and bald. Really though, I love all women. My thing is, do we have chemistry though? And another thing, especially that I started doing, I call every woman queen. I don't just call them just by that or whatever. I say, oh, you're beautiful queen, or beautiful black queen, because you know, many of us have forgotten that y'all are all. It's just someone keeps on telling y'all or making you forget that you are. So my main thing is, what is your attitude like? Because I'm like, I can't tell you how many times I've actually thought about talking to a woman, or I even walked up to a woman. I'm like, okay, how you doing? And she just turned around with just the most stank attitude ever. I'm like, you know what? I was actually just looking for the bathroom. You can point me in the right direction. But like, it's like what Paul and Damien was saying. If your attitude is whack, there's no reason us to even think about where this can go, because in fact, like me, I want to have kids one day, and I did, tried to get in a relationship with someone who was like, didn't want kids, but then I was like, okay, maybe I could probably change her mind, but that didn't work out. So, you know what? Me and your mind gotta be on one accord. Like, we ain't gotta be perfect. And then another thing is like, stop wanting the same thing that everybody else has. You cannot have the same relationship. What works for Miss Diane's relationship might not work for mine. So what works for your relationship might work for you. It's okay to take goals and different things, but for the most part, what works for you. There's no such thing as a perfect relationship, just someone perfect for you.
Yeah, we're just keeping on. This is Jarvis Bond. Thank you, Antonio.
Just to piggyback off Damien, Antonio, sorry. The main thing I see is having confidence, you know. I mean, you can you can be skinny, big, whatever, you know, just have that confidence, you know. Because the right guy is gonna make you feel good, you know. That is it for me, just have that confidence, you know. Stay off social media, want to be like this person or that person. That's all a fake image, you know. Just start with yourself.
Okay, next we have Kenneth Grissom.
Well, I'm gonna make this short and sweet. There's somebody for everybody. You just gotta go through the other ones to get there. It doesn't happen the first time, but or the third and the fourth, but eventually you'll get there. Lord, for some of us 20 times. 20 times. I mean, you don't know. You might get 70, then you found it, then you die.
Next we have Chris White.
Take your time.
This is body image, right?
Yes. Right.
Ladies, the only time you should be worried about your body and how you look is if you yourself are not comfortable with how you look. Don't ever let a man, another woman, the auntie, uncle, niece, or brother make you feel a way about how you look if you're comfortable with that. So I just want to, give y'all a little something different. If you yourself on the inside, not from influence from other people, if you yourself don't feel comfortable with it, change it. There's personal trainers like me that would love to help you change it. But the only time I'm really ever concerned with somebody's body image is if you have health problems. Because think about it, you find Mr. Right, however you are. What good is it if he can't enjoy it? You in the hospital every other week with tubes up your nose. I can't even enjoy this love. So that's the only time I'm ever concerned with it. If you don't have no health problems, keep doing what you do.
I'll piggyback off Chris real quick. By all means, do it for yourself. But if you have a spouse or a significant other, their goal is to push you to make them goals. So make sure that your spouse is on one accord, like Minnie said, so that you guys can get to that goal together. It's all about you at the end of the day. You have to feel confident in yourself. You have to feel confident for your spouse as well. So that's what I'll say.
Thank you. All right, so now I'm going to start taking some questions from our ladies. And also, my daughters, LaShawna and Lanisha, will be following the live feed, and they'll interrupt from every now and then, and we're going to take a question from the live feed so that you know that we are not ignoring you. But can we have anyone from the audience would like to ask us a question? Any of the ladies? Don't be shy. I got all these men up here to answer questions for you. Y'all chief complain about men is that they don't communicate. I got all these men up here ready to communicate.
I don't have a question. I got a comment. Because I used to have the 21-inch waist in my ex-husband.
Oh my God.
No, but my husband loves putting his fingers together around my 21-inch waist. But this body has made 2 6'6" kings. So I say, if you got stretch marks, throw some glitter on it, call them flames. No one's ever told me that.
Okay, another question. And the question, men too, if men want to have a in the audience want to make a comment or ask a question, we're taking them from everyone. Since my son-in-law over there is hiding, we are going to pick on you, so I don't think you got to remember. He won't come up here. So, okay, great. Another question.
I just wanted to know, what do you guys think about meeting women on those dating sites?
Repeat the question.
She wants to know what you all think about women dating on the dating sites. Is that correct? What do you think about women finding dates on dating sites? Anyone who wants to tackle that one?
Okay, first of all, be honest. Don't be posting no pictures that was like 10 years ago. And then we meet you and it's like, you was a size 3, but now you're a size 14. I don't have no problem against thick women or big women. Just, I prefer to see what you sent me. But like me personally, I'm old fashioned. I like to meet in person. Like anybody's like, dang, you cute. I'm like, okay, let's video chat. I can't tell you how many people I've gotten like that. Like, nah, if I can't video chat with you or get a current picture, my thing is, a tricky picture that works dang every time. Have them put their right hand over their left eye. It's a stupid picture, it don't make sense. But I want to send a current picture. But me personally, dating sites, it also depends what type of dating site you're talking about.
I just want to say that these dating sites, man, I really think it's a waste of time. Whatever happened to the old-fashioned kind of get together, go out, meet somebody. I mean, what are we doing shopping at Walmart now? We sit at home, you get lazy, you sit, you browse, and you go check out profiles, and you think he's cute. Find out he's really throws the hell off. You know what I mean? The dating sites is pointless, man. And it's really, I'm just gonna call them booty call sites because that's all you're doing is shopping for what you like. You know what I mean? Let's go back old school, man. Go out, hang out, meet people, talk to them. Put the dating websites down. That's what I say.
Okay, dating sites. You can find love on dating sites. I have a few friends that actually got married, and they, so you can find it. The main thing is be honest. That's the main thing, being honest. And when you go out and meet that person, just keep it real. I mean, you can find love. I mean, it's strange. Me personally, I wouldn't do it, but I mean, you can find love and actually get married, So I'm not against it, but I wouldn't like do it. I wouldn't. But hey, find love,
Go out.
Well, the way things are these days, you might wake up with something in your hand. My advice would be you want to see them up close.
What is going on here?
He's not talking about him. He's talking about
Put in a disclaimer. She don't want to.
I own all that. That's good.
Love my brother. Okay, so I want to flip it, if you don't mind.
Okay.
So, by show of hands, how many ladies have been on dating sites? I mean, honestly. Okay, thank you.
I have y'all in your line. I'm feeding y'all.
I did it and I shut it down. Wait. No, I have not.
Yes.
Okay.
All right, it's a site that you date on. That's what I'm talking about. Okay, so with those who have raised their hands and some of y'all that didn't, they know y'all need to. So what has been your experience? Has they been good? They're not gentlemen?
There's your answer.
Okay, so is that the majority?
Younger pictures up there instead of how they really look today.
Can we give her a mic?
Oh, I got it, but it don't work.
Okay. So
My experience has been
That might, excuse me, but that might be the problem. The mic do work, you just gotta talk into it.
Right.
The mic don't work. It don't work. I don't know what's wrong with
I'm gonna tell you what you find on
Go
those
ahead.
sites. You find most of the people with records, like
What side you on?
Felony
Let me ask you guys this. If a woman met a guy and he told her, hey, I have a felony, I mean, I'll run away. I don't date guys with felonies. So, do you think I'm gonna be a lonely woman, or do you think that's a good idea, or do you think I should give him a chance? Because I don't.
No, you should. I mean, every person has standards. Always keep your standards.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, and people have them in different ways. You know, I mean, I would say don't be shallow. You know, some ladies won't date a guy unless his bank account is this, or if he doesn't look this kind of way. But you know, I mean, that of course can be standards. And the reason why I asked that question, you know, to see what the majority of ladies would say if they had a good, you know, experience or not, is because like that's really your answer. The thing about it is that when you're sitting in front of somebody, you're taking some time, you get a chance to look at the body language, you get a chance to smell them, get a chance to feel, you know, to see how you feel. You know what I'm saying? I mean, how does it feel when you meet up with a gentleman and he smells so good? You know what I'm saying? He looks so good too. And then when he talks, he speaks so well. See, on that site, guys can sound so good when they type, and when they open their mouth, that's a different thing. You know, when he sits, you know, when you sit down, does he put your seat out for you? You know, when you go to the door, does he open the door for you? See, these are the things that you like. But all of that texting, talking, you know, and all, y'all can do that for weeks, and then y'all finally meet up, and it's like, oh my goodness, what is this? And you wasted all that time. And the thing about it is there's too many options online. So I'm not knocking it because the people have found love, like you said, but most definitely, if you can, date in line instead of online.
All right. Laverne has a question.
So I'm gonna say this. I have dated someone that I met online, so my experience has been good. The first thing I do, I don't waste a whole lot of time with back and forth. I don't waste a whole lot of time with back and forth. So if I met a gentleman and he had that slick talk, I disconnect, block, and I move on. You know.
What's slick talk? Maybe he just know how to talk to women.
You know how you slick talk, the general thing, you so beautiful, and then he go, I wonder what I could do with all that. You don't have to wonder about that. So, you know, you slide right in. So right then I'm thinking, okay, so you already telling me what you want. Either I want to or I don't want to. If I choose not to, then I don't. And I block and I move on. But the gentleman I met, happened to be online, we dated for like 3 years, but that's a different story. So you know what I'm saying? But it was a good experience. I don't do online dating because I don't have that time anymore to waste to sit there all day long because it's a lot of time. You spend hours on going through. So I don't do it. But yet still I don't like it. Not at this point.
Yeah.
But I do have some questions. Yeah, I can.
Can I comment real quick before you move on to the next one?
Well, I can say from my own experience, I didn't even know it was a dating site. She had me download this site called Tango before so we could video chat when we first moved here. I know that was when I first moved here to Houston, and that's actually where I met my ex-husband. And I can tell y'all from my own experience, that was probably the worst decision I ever made in my life. So I just feel like with online dating, you really don't get a clear cut, you don't get a full picture of who that person is until you meet them. And so like now, I would never do anything online anymore from my experience of my marriage. But that's just my comment and my personal experience.
Take two to tango.
Question.
Yeah.
Take two to tango. So you met him online, right?
Yeah.
But you married him. So that means y'all actually met.
Mm-hmm.
So something must have happened good for you.
Oh yeah, I was young and stupid. I was 23.
Okay.
That interaction, I should have cut that interaction a long time ago, but I'm just saying from my own experience, you can't really get a full picture of who someone is. And yeah, we met, we talked, and still, you know, that was just a mistake. So
what's the
that's
difference
my
between
accountability.
meeting him online and meeting him at Walmart?
I don't know. I feel like when you first meet them in person, you can get a full sense of that person. At that time, we were only talking online for like 2 to 3 months. At that point, I had a picture in my head of who that person was. You get what I'm saying? So in my head,
So you met the
he
representative.
Was, right. He was that person. So when I met him, I was still seeing him as that person. And then after a while, as time went on, and I was like, this is not the person that I thought I met. So
Yeah, just like she said,
Yeah.
like all that long talking, like no.
yeah,
short.
it just didn't work. So yeah, that's
How did they get to marry them?
Use the mic, honey. I want everyone to hear you. That's our one of our beautiful moderators.
How did they
Okay.
get to marry?
So we're gonna be real on this. Because my family's sitting here and they know, y'all. If I'm being honest,
He snuck and married my daughter.
yeah, it was pressure. Like I said, I thought that I was in love with the person that I was in love with. He put a lot of pressure on me to marry him. I told him no 3 times before I said yes to him. He asked me in front of his entire family. His kids were there, and I felt, honestly, I just felt obligated. At that point. And then after I said yes to the engagement, it was more so, oh, you don't love me because you don't want to marry me right now. You know, you don't want to be with me, you want to be with somebody else, that type of deal. And I was still young. You know, I wasn't grown up by then. I had a lot of maturing to do. So I let that pressure make me say yes. We went and got married. I didn't think my family would find out they did. And yeah, that's the real life story of that. So.
Well, I want to interject for just a moment because I've been in Houston for 6 years now. I moved here from Atlanta, Georgia, and I've literally been on 2 dates in 6 years. It was the type of experience that turned me off enough that I just thought I don't want to date anymore. So recently, from a lot of pressure from people outside of me, I actually posted, my birthday is this Friday, y'all, 55 calories. So I actually did a post online and I said, listen, I'm going to do this. I posted online on Facebook and I said, I'm looking for a date for my birthday. I want somebody to take me out to dinner and inbox me and tell me what a night out date out with you would be like. So Cam Hill is a very dear friend of mine. I told Cam about it. And everyone I told about it thought I was going to get blown up in my inbox. It was just going to get flooded. And I said, nope, I don't think so. I said, I'm going to be shocked if I get 5 inboxes. And literally, I'm glad I have a very positive self-image because I had one guy that was legit that inboxed me, and the other 4 people that inboxed me were those overseas fake people that try to hack your page, and I was blocking them, because they don't have no pictures in this overseas. So I literally had that up for 2.5 weeks, and I don't mind telling you, no one asked me out but one guy, and the one guy that asked me out was married. Yeah, he was married. So, I say all that to say, I think that dating is very complicated. I did try the online thing. And I literally took it down in 2 days because I was just really turned off by the whole experience. And it was interesting because guys were coming at me like crazy, but I didn't like what I was seeing. I didn't like the questions they were asking, and I felt like, personally, my experience is that online dating is for people that are looking to hook up. That's the feeling that I got. So that was my experience, and that's not what I'm looking. I'm not looking for Mr. Right. I'm looking for Mr. The rest of my life. So that was my experience. I just wanted to interject for a second. And I want to ask our beautiful moderator, Lamar. You are beautiful. Your body is just. I'm not saying, girl. Can I just borrow it for my birthday? I'll give it back. I'll give it back. So, what is it like for you? I'm curious what it's like for you.
With dating? With dating?
Who? Oh, we're gonna get to her. I just wanted to,
How is dating?
Yes. I mean, I know. I just want you to.
I don't have a problem with dating, but I'm very picky, and I get to know about a lot of married men, and they don't tell me that they're married.
Yeah.
And I don't find out until I ask.
Oh, Lord.
So, I don't have a problem with dating. I just don't like that constantly getting on married.
Okay.
Online dating.
Oh, online dating? No, it doesn't work.
Okay. So,
not for me.
Laverne, our beautiful Laverne has some questions. We're gonna take one now, and we'll come back around. And then get ready for a Facebook Live question.
Yeah.
Okay.
So help me to understand, when I meet a gentleman, he takes me out one, maybe 2 times, and then he suggests that we should spend time in my home. Of course, I say no, but they usually make me try to attempt to make me feel like, oh, well, you just put me in a friend zone because I won't let them into my home. So I just need to understand, what am I missing?
I'm gonna say you're not missing nothing. I mean, patience is everything. If that man is really there for you, he'll wait. He ain't gotta come to your home. He'll continue to take you out as much as he needs to prove to you that he is a man that needs to be in your life. So you're not missing anything, sweetheart. Just take your time, and it was what it was. If you feel that there's a need to rush to get into your home, might need to go ahead and simplify this business. Just be honest.
I would go the other way, Paul. I would say, you know, you actually are missing something. You gonna miss the headache. You gonna miss baby mama drama. You gonna miss a man who ain't ready. You gonna miss a whole bunch of wasted time. So I feel like if you keep your standards where they are, and you be patient, that man gonna find you. It's gonna be that man that'll wait 20, 30, 40 days. It's all good. You're doing what you're doing.
For me personally, when it comes to taking a woman out, first of all, I'm not even gonna ask to go to your house. I'm like, I only accept the invitation, but sometimes I even turn down the invitation. But for the most part, a real man is not gonna ask you to go to your house after 2 days. Cause me, I keep hearing like, dude, you so rare. I'm like, even open the door for a woman is rare. Why is it so rare to open the door for a woman? Why is it so rare? And for the record, I offered to take Diana to McDonald's for a date, and she said no. And said she was super silent, but she said no. But on the real, going on a date, I'm going on a date with you. For one, I'm trying to see how are we when we meet. Because me, I'm a fun person. I like to have fun with you. Because I might take you somewhere. I might take you to Dave & Buster's. I might take you somewhere nice to eat. Kind of like switch it up, like, you know, like, okay, suggest, go Dave & Buster's or go skating and see what the person like, and that'll let you know right then and there if that person is the type of person you want to waste your time with. Because me, I can't deal with no serious person 24/7. So, but then also, ladies, one thing that a lot of women and even me have ignored are red flags. Y'all ignore the red flags because they're there. You just gotta stop being like, oh. Nah, this little thing, like, then becomes something bigger. You gotta be conscious of the red flags, even no matter how small they are, because that red flag can end up turning to 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and you can end up marrying or being with the wrong person for the wrong amount of time.
All right, we're gonna have a question. Can you tell us your name first and ask your question?
Okay, my name is Diana. I'm Lady Di.
Hey.
Well, anyway, I'm of a particular age, and I'm a God-fearing woman. And I look for a man with the same thing that I do. My lifestyle and everything I want to do. I want to travel, do these things, and I'm financially secure. And I have my own home. I look at older guys. I would like an older guy, not a tenderoni.
I want you to say you might need to get you a younger man. You said you got a house and what else? I live in an apartment, so I'm trying
My car's in my name. I don't live with my mama.
I would think that an older guy would want a serious relationship and not play around and try to get his 7 women quarter as some guys do. And it's very hard to find an older guy that's God-fearing. They'll tell you that they go to church or something, which I know the devil goes to church also. But I'll find an older guy, he's looking for a younger woman. He's not really looking for a woman of his age or a little younger than him.
You know, the funny thing about it is, you know, a lot of people talk about maturity and you get older and the older you are, the more mature you become. But to be honest, some of the things never change. I've seen older guys play more games than younger guys. Wow. You know what I mean? And these younger guys are actually trying to work to get to something. These guys are already here. It ain't working downward. You know what I mean? So I've seen it, but
They don't want you up there in the wheelchair and they need a nursemaid. They don't want you there.
Yes. First off, I want to really just, applaud you for being a God-fearing woman and looking for a God-fearing man, because let me tell you, I'm single and women really don't ask that a lot. They see what they like and they tell you what they like and what they want to do, So for you, that's a blessing. We were taking notes on all the good stuff you were saying too, so we might want to holler at you after, we talk about that. You got one in the house. Yeah, me and I'm going to get to you before Paul do it. You know what I'm saying? Listen, hey, we right in the middle. We right in the middle, baby. You know what I'm saying? But no, you know what? For you and for a lot of the ladies in here, I want to say this, because when it comes to dating and finding the type of man that you want, it starts with you.
Right.
Be very smart about where you're looking for your man. If you're looking for a God-fearing man, maybe where do you need to be? I said, if you're looking for a God-fearing man, maybe where do you need to be? And no, where? Well, no, not necessarily church, because that's nothing but a place with a roof sometimes. But, one thing I find out, a lot of my lady friends, they're looking for a certain type of guy, but they're in the places where the guys are not. And I'm like, okay, every time I see you here, but you're looking for this type of guy. Then you complain about I keep getting this type of guy. You know what I'm saying? So if you're looking for a certain type of man, make sure that the places that you're in while you're looking, those type of men are there. You know what I'm saying?
Let me say this, I'm not really looking. I think God is going to send my
That's
way.
right. There you go. That's me. He's going to bring them to you.
Man find a wife. So, I'm depending on God, and I know He's always came through for me. And He will come through again. But being alone doesn't mean you're lonely.
That's right.
And that's what a lot of men look at by being single, that they're lonely. That's not always the case.
That's right. All right.
If you're self-confident and know yourself and love yourself, it doesn't matter. He'll come one day.
Thank you. We're going to do an online question before we take another one. All right, can you give us one of the online questions for our Facebook Live audience?
Does this work?
Okay, so Monica Williams.
Monica. Hello, Monica.
Hey, girl.
Everyone say hey to Monica. She loves y'all.
All right, so she said, how do you speak to other men about holding each other accountable? There are many men who talk to women about dealing with our stuff, and we should, but why aren't there more conferences or conversations like this where men are addressing men to discuss some of the disconnect?
I like that.
Yes, so again, question, how do you speak to other men about holding each other accountable?
Okay. So who wants to tackle that?
Wow. And this is about other men holding, women talking to a man about holding other men accountable, or is it just about men holding each other accountable? Okay.
Yeah, like holding yourself accountable.
So that is a maturity thing, that's a circle thing, and that's a love thing, because I got homeboys where, if one of us not doing something right, one of us is not doing something right, it's a complete honesty about it. It's not a celebratory thing. So if somebody makes a mistake in their relationship, we're telling them like, look, you messed that up. And we're giving them, this insight on how to get, their situation back right. I think a man in his circle is important with that. I don't think, that really falls back on the man. Like, what type of people he hanging out with? You dating a dude that's rolling around with other fellas that's in and out the club every other weekend, and he going with them. I mean, we ain't got to be rocket science. But at the same time, you can have that same gentleman that has friends running in and out of the club, and they not going with them. They home with you. And he can have that guy that was out in the club say, man, this ain't for you. Stay at home with your lady. So at the end of the day, I think that still falls back on us gentlemen in monitoring the type of circle that we hang around. Like, who's really for you? Who's really giving you? Like, I don't feel like I could call any of these gentlemen here with me making a mistake and them being like, oh, it's okay, bro. Just go out and keep doing what you. I don't even feel. And we just met 6 months ago. So when it comes to like high school friends and college friends that you can make a lifetime pact with, I mean, you gotta that's on us, bro. Who you hanging with? Yeah. That ain't on the ladies, really. It really ain't. That's on us. Yeah.
Well, what you must do is disconnect fast.
Real fast.
Don't wait. It's only gonna get you in trouble.
Real fast.
You got enough sense not to know that this ain't gonna work. They're gonna get you in trouble. They're gonna end up in some mess. So my advice would be is to go the other way, bros. Just like you do for the women. Go the other way.
Yeah. We have the beautiful young lady in this gold jacket, looking fabulous. Tell us your name and your question.
Tamika Bucket, and I kind of have like one question for them, but I'm gonna ask it first. Why does it seem like married men are more aggressive in pursuing women?
Thank you for asking that question. Thank you.
It's an easy question, man. I mean, because we already know what they really about when it comes to this. A quick little story, man. I had a friend conducting business with this guy. She tells me that he comes into town and lets her know that his wife is out of town. He wants her to come over, have a party, enjoy herself with him and his friends. But then he went from business to something personal. Lured in with the business talk, brought in something personal. Kind of like a booty call kind of thing that it turned into. It bothers me that men, as well as married men, would demoralize our women in that nature. Why would you do that to our women? Because you're not doing nothing but letting that woman know she ain't worth nothing but a booty call. You know what I mean? Like, that's her worth. That's all she's worth. She's not worth dating. She's not worth taking out. But she's a booty call. That's you demoralizing this woman. And as black men, we already go through enough as it is. And then to steal more confidence from a black woman and treat her in that nature only lowers the standard even more, make it even harder for better men to even try to get close to that woman. So, that's something that I did want to touch bases on, so I'm glad you did. Man, you got to get your stuff together, man, when it comes to dealing with our women. It really bothers me, and I'm sure it bothers other men, even making it completely hard on other men to get good women, man.
Okay, real quick, I'm sorry, what was your name again?
Tamika.
Tamika? Okay, so for Tamika and all the ladies, real quick, you know what? It kind of goes both ways. Because as many aggressive men that are married there are out there, there's a lot of ladies who actually try to holler at married men. I thought the church was gonna be quiet. So to make it real quick, you know what? It's not just the men. It's not. Let me tell you something. Some of these ladies, they see a ring on the finger and they go to it. Some of it is an insecurity thing. Some of it is just that a person, can be monogamous. Some of it it's a lot of different reasons why. But women are independent enough now and strong enough now, mentally, financially, and all that they can make a decision and say, I don't care if he married or not. I want him. I want this from him, no matter what it is, and I'm gonna get it. And see, when the man has he's like, baby, I'm married. Yes, I do. All they need is one taste. And then when he see you and you single, well, maybe she the same way. So let me try that. And maybe this person the same way too. Because now, you know what I'm saying? So it goes both ways. And I always try to clear that up. It's not really that men, it's married women are the same way too. I get married women in my inbox and in my outbox. You know what I'm saying? Trying to get me in the box. You understand what I'm saying? All right. Y'all ain't ready for that. Y'all ain't want the truth.
Camille, I want to hear from Camille. He has something to say about this. Our moderator, our celebrity moderator.
Let me just tell you, I've been married 18 years, okay? And the reason women come to me, it's not for my height, as you can tell. But it's because we're safe.
Yep.
But married men are safe.
Yep.
We're not going to take it home. We're not going to take anything home to our wives. That's why every woman always says, you're safe.
Okay, we have a question.
Maddie Wash? Yes.
All right. So why do men, they think it's okay to just bait and switch? They sit up there and they portray themselves a certain way, or it seems like a conversation or everything is going to go one way. And I know you touched upon it, Paul, and actually several conversations touched upon it, even with online dating. But it's like, it's okay to bait and switch. It seems like, for example, with the business thing, like you seem to be okay with, hey, well, I'm just talking to you about business, but then go ahead and switch it up and be like, oh, well, you know what, really, you know, my wife's out of town, this is going on, and I'm available, and what's going on here, and like, why is it okay? Why is it okay and especially when a woman, like even for myself, to sit up here and be like, I'm upfront. I never even show or even hint at, you know, that it is even okay to approach me like that. So why is it okay?
For men in relationships or single and
single, married, why is it okay to do bait and switch thing?
First of all, it ain't okay to bait and switch. Me, I'm straight up. Like me, I do videography and photography. Cause I've had to put on many hats. Cause there's been time I'm doing a project where I'm filming as well as I gotta be directing and I gotta act at the same time. My focus is not on nothing else but where I'm at. But I've had women come on to me after and be like, how you doing? I'm like, no. Like, so, I ain't gonna lie, sometimes I'll be like, what you trying to do? But for the most part, I be straight up with it, like, okay, so what is this? Okay, is that what you're trying to do? All right. But for the most part, I'm straight up with it. I don't bait and switch. I'm straight up with you, like, okay, look, I'm looking for something more than just getting some. Because honestly, right now, I am looking for something more than just getting something. If all you got is, I'm gonna be honest, if all you got is good head and good sex, then you ain't got nothing to offer me.
Oh my. So listen, I just want to take a short pause for the cause. Am I okay? We are live here at Bees Wine Bar, the elegant, amazing Bees Wine Bar. The address here is 8770 Highway 6 West, Suite 300. So it's in Missouri City. So come on down and join us if you want and join in on the conversation. We would love to have you. We have a couple of people in the house that want to make a pause for the cause. Miss Darshelle McAlpine, we know her as Miss Boss Lady Press. Come on up here and make an announcement. This is Kenneth Grissom's wife. Kenneth, put your hand up. All right.
I'm loving this. I'm tagging on the back.
Okay, all right, baby.
I want to talk to some of the men here. There's an opportunity to tell your story. I happen to be blessed to publish a project called I'm a Black Woman. And to that, partner to that book, the next book is I'm a Black Man, The Ascension of the Kings. So if you are interested, if you're not a man already working on that project and you're interested in writing on that project, see me today. We are looking for Black men to tell your stories. Sometimes you feel like you're not heard, we don't understand, we don't get it. I'm telling you that there's some sisters out here who get it. And I want to hear from you. I want to hear some of this information that you're sharing. How do we
keep men accountable? How do we keep women accountable? Let's talk to us about that. So see me. If you can't reach out to me tonight, you can find me at bossladypress.com. You can also find me on Facebook at Boss Lady Press. It is I Am a Black Man, Ascension of the Kings.
All right. That's amazing, because my next play project is called Ascension from the Valley. Miss Darshelle McAlpine. We're feeling each other, girl. Ascension from the Valley. Yes. All right, so I'm trying to see. Oh, Farrell, you want to tell us a little bit about your photography love? Because we know what just happened to you, so we're going to love up on you tonight. Give you a shout out. Come on over here. He just had this amazing project, Skin I'm In. Who was there? Everybody. Woo! Fire! Yes!
I wasn't expecting this, but thank you, man. My name is Earl Phelps. I'm a photographer here in the city of Kingston, and I'm also a talk show host. My book just came out September the 7th called Skin Deep, the Skin I'm In, which is all about the various skin conditions that exist in the world and how people are treated based on their melanin. The prejudices that happen because of it. Anyway, it's a really huge project. We've got a lot of attention. We've been on the Deborah Duncan show, the Morning Show, Channel 39, a lot of publications for the project. And actually, I have a couple of, I think, 2 models that are in the project that are here right now. So if y'all just stick your hand up, Diane. All right. Vern. Yeah, so anyway, that's a little bit about me. I'm not going to keep you guys. And the book is called Skin Deep, the Skin I'm In. You can go to my Facebook page. That's Farrell E. Phelps on Facebook, Farrell E. Phelps. You'll see a link there if you guys are interested in purchasing the book, Skin Deep, the Skin I'm In.
Who published the book?
The publisher is none other than Darshelle McAlpine Grissom, right there. There you go, there you go, there you go. Boss Lady Press. You guys can definitely check her out if you look at the publisher book and get it out there. Darshelle will definitely be the person to do that.
Thank you, Farrell.
The way you spell my name is F as in Frank, E-R-R-E-L-L-E Phelps, P-H-E-L-P-S.
And that's Farrell, not Pharrell.
It is not Pharrell. Everybody's messing up and says Pharrell. And just so you guys know, I was robbed a week ago.
The studio was robbed.
My studio was robbed a week ago. So all of my camera equipment is gone. But it's no big deal. I'm going to smile all the way through it, and it's not going to keep a good brother down, right? Yes. There it is. All right. Thank y'all.
And I would like Miss Benita Billings to come up here, the beautiful owner of, yes, girl, bring your little fabulous self over here. The owner of Bees Wine Bar, where we are located tonight. I would like her to do a shout out. We got to come over here and stand like my paws. There you go. Just tell them about the bar. You know, it's fabulous. Y'all gotta come down here.
Hello, I'm Benita Billings, and owner of Bees Wine Bar. Thank you. I'm just thank you for bringing your podcast in. You guys just come on and join us.
Come on down. We have some beautiful ladies that just came in. So for those of you that just came in, we are taking your questions live. Our moderators, we have celebrity moderators, Cam Hill and Shimon Lamar here tonight. They will bring you the microphone, ask your questions, the men will answer. We are so excited. Mic check.
Well, let me start off by asking a question to the ladies. Now, we've been addressing stuff about men and things like that. Now, should I even start? You know, go ahead and do it.
Wait a minute. Let me put in my disclaimer. I am not responsible for anything that comes out this man's mouth.
Hey, Paul, let him use it.
Struggle. Do it, Paul.
No, I'm going to keep it plain right now. And as the questions go along, I'll start. But I want to know what it is that women actually look for in a man when it comes to dating. So if anybody can answer that for me, I really appreciate it, because I'm struggling with this dating thing and trying to figure out who I can trust, what their purpose is to be dating me, or, you know, just speaking in general for guys too, you know what I mean? So if anybody can answer this, it'll be greatly appreciated.
Yes, one of them. Okay.
All right, ladies, we need your answers. What are ladies looking for? Darshell, you married. Why are you answering this question?
I'm just a back, baby. I'm just a back.
I
wasn't always. So I want to ask an honest question in response to your question. And how many of you have really, realistically defined? I'm not talking about that list about folks that don't exist on this planet in this universe. I'm talking about really took some time to think about what it is you want in dating, in relationship. Do you want to get married? And what kind of people are you looking for? And it's not a man versus a woman thing. It's an us thing. Have we defined what we want? You know what you don't want because you've done it. But have you clearly said, this is what I'm looking for going forward? When I met Kenneth, I met him at a time where I had done a whole bunch of stuff I didn't want to do, including 18 years of marriage. And I had to stop, pause, wait, and say, wait a minute. First of all, what am I attracting? Because there's some crazy people coming out the woodwork on me. What am I attracting? And what level of brokenness in me is making me vulnerable to that I'm attracting? And when I identified those behaviors, those levels of brokenness, some stuff from being a kid, and started to address it, then I opened myself up to really bring the real me to the table, whether you like it or not. Kenneth met me with all my crazy. He met the whole thing, and then he got to make a decision. And I was vulnerable enough to say that if it didn't work, it's okay, because there's nothing wrong with me now that I know me. Are we defining realistically? Have you really thought about what you want? When you asking, what does a woman want? What does Paul want? What do you want? All right.
I think I shared this with you when you wrote your book. I piggybacking on what Darshell said, you have to figure out, number one, who you are and what you are. After my marriage, it was 13-year hell. Okay, but then I had to figure out, okay, why was I attracted to him? And I told you that my earliest memory as a kid was of my grandfather, who was my protector. My grandfather was a very mean man, and he was mean to everybody but me. Okay, so I was that girl who thought that people who are mean or unapproachable love you harder, protect you more. Okay, so the guy I married was that person. He was mean to everybody but me. Until one day, 2 years into our marriage, I fell from grace, and I was like, oh my God. But after the 12 years of marriage and being divorced, I was like, okay, what is it about me? What am I attracted to and why? And I had to totally regroup, period. Because if I was in, I'm old school, I'm gonna say the Astrodome. If I was in the Astrodome, seriously, and there's 12,000 people there, but there's one dude who everybody is afraid to approach and who seems unapproachable, I got goosebumps. Oh my God, you know? And it wasn't that way. It turned out not to be. So a lot of times, male or female, you gotta figure out what made me click, especially with a person or a situation that you're having to recover from and recoup from. What was it? And look at yourself, and it's hard. Most people go through what they call Johari's window, and they never get to the fourth quadrant, which is who you are when nobody else is around. You go through who you want people to think you are, who you think people think you are, who you hope people think you are, and most people never get to quadrant 4.
Thank you, Val. Thank you. The ladies in the back would like you to repeat the question. Paul, they didn't hear it.
Oh, okay. The question was pretty much I was just asking, with struggling in dating nowadays, it's kind of hard to determine what women really want in a man, you know, and the struggles with trusting and things of that nature, knowing their purpose for dating you, or, you know, it's just, what are y'all actually looking for when it comes to a man in dating?
All right. Any of the other ladies in the audience want to tackle that question?
I can.
Okay. Hold the mic up up to your mouth. So
Okay. First of all, I'm looking for honesty. Men have a hard time showing their feelings and expressing it. So if you say, well, I'm looking for a relationship or a marriage or something serious, you guys are just gonna say yeah because it saves you from having to explain what you really want. So I think a lot of that is because you guys don't, you're not very straightforward all the time. And a lot of you guys, you know, and I think the issue is like, it seems like the older I get, the younger you guys want. Can't catch up, can't keep up with you. So it's like you can keep yourself in good health and good shape, and it's like, well, it doesn't matter because they want somebody younger, you know, and prettier. So it's like, okay, a lot of this, I think just be honest about what you want and don't just tell women what they want. Here.
Okay. And I definitely agree with you on what you said. You know, I'm divorced. I've been divorced now for 2 years, you know. And my wife is wonderful, but you know, sometimes things just don't work out well, you know. I mean, I don't have anything negative to say about that. She was great. But you know, I've lived, I've learned, and I know what I like and I know what I want now. That I went through those experiences, I know what I'm looking for now, you know, and
yeah, what is she wants to know? Miss Benita wants to know what you're looking for. What is it?
I'm just looking for honesty, like you say, man, and trust. Because nowadays when you date, it's so hard to date these women and not know what the background of them is. Not knowing if they didn't got over the last dude or
I said that's deep right there.
that's deep. You don't know if they gotten over that last guy yet. You don't know what type of ties they have with this person. So it's hard to go out and I want to date you, but you got these ties behind you that I don't know about. Sometimes you don't need to know everything about somebody, but you need to know the things that could affect you in the future. You know what I mean? And to have things hidden from you, and you go deep into it, and then all of a sudden it comes out and it hurts you even worse. So I'm looking for honesty, the truth. Give me that up front. Don't do the bait and switch thing. Get me in here and show me all this good positive stuff about you when you got these skeletons in your closet that's going to eventually overflow and knock the door open.
Come on, man.
You know what I mean? So I know what I want now. And I just want honesty.
That's deep.
Truth.
Let's do. Before we go to the question, I'm gonna elaborate on that a little bit, Paul. Next woman you meet, I want you to go meet a mom. Straight up. That's the first thing I did. I met the mama first.
Yes, he did, and won me over
You know
right
what I'm
away.
talking about? She used to pull my hair when I was three. Straight up. And it went from that. She used to come to all my basketball games when I was like 10 or 11. And she ain't had no kids playing at the game. So when she came to the game, I used to show up. Then when I turned 13, I noticed her daughter. And I said, you know what? If that's her mama, that means she gonna look like that. And she get older. And I'm talking about, I said, that's what I want. Straight up. So I told my 8-year-old son, when he was 8, he 11 now, I said, bro, find yours now. He was like, why, Daddy? I said, because you could grow with her. He was like, y'all could grow. I told him, y'all could grow together. You can see her mama, you can see her age. You can also see your girl age. And the older she get, y'all can figure it out together. Now that can't happen with a lot of y'all because we in this situation now. But in the same sense, Paul, the next chick you meet after about the 4th or 5th day, just be like, how's your mother doing? We should go check on her. You know what I'm saying? And you can find out every trait in her generation just from talking to her mom. Most guys don't do that until it's like time to propose. Then you like, hey, it's the family? Oh, hell no. Then they take off running. You know what I'm saying? But you can cut that off. Go meet the mama. Just go talk to the mama. The mama gonna tell you everything you need to know about her, and she gonna tell you everything you need to know about yourself. Cause she gonna corner you and she gonna be like, what you trying to do with my daughter? You know what I'm saying? So go meet the mama.
Thank you. I love it. Yes. And let me tell you something. I gotta tell you about my son-in-law. Now he was young. He was not. I think he was 16, 17. And my birthday was coming, and he called me and he said, Mama, I want to cook you dinner. Because I was divorced. I wasn't dating. He knew. And this young man came over my house and made me steak and potatoes and
mashed potatoes,
and it was good, y'all. He been working on this thing since I've been pulling this braid when he was 3 years old. So
y'all saw with Diana, we've been calling her Miss Patty since I was 16. Y'all remember Miss Parker? That was Miss Patty. That's what that was. Straight up.
Lord have mercy. We're going to pray. Damien has a comment.
Right. So, some of you that know me, you know that people call me Dr. Feelgood Valentine, okay? Because I got some good dating and relationship. You heard about Dr. Feelgood Valentine? All right. So, I want to share something very important, you know, because to be honest with you, I see a lot of you ladies have your list for a man. Like that's what we've been talking about. Like, what do you want out of a man? But I think the bigger thing is to have a list for yourself. You know what I'm saying? Like we have all these things. We focus, you know, I'll say you all focus as women. I want this and this and this out of a man, and then I'll be good. But you don't have a list for yourself. I want this out of myself. I want this out of my career. I want this out of my spiritual life. I want this out of my image. So what happens is you find the man that's on that list that has all those check marks, and then you're not ready because you haven't filled in your own check marks. So he's successful, you're still not where you want to be. He's a man of God, but you're still working on that yourself, you know, and so on and so on. So I think it's very important, ladies, to be honest with you, one of the major keys besides communication and compromise in finding the person or being in a relationship or coming out of the single life is to prepare yourself, and the man will find you. You know what I'm saying? You won't have to look. If you can be the best version of yourself, spiritually, physically, and mentally, you will not have to look. You won't have to worry about being in a relationship. A man will come to you. Because let me tell you something. I can watch a woman and see her grow, and that's going to make me knock on her door. You understand what I'm saying? So that's my advice.
Thank you. I want to make a quick announcement because we're going to be going off Facebook Live shortly. So we do need to take a couple of more Facebook Live questions. And then we're going to go off it. We're going to keep the show going. But my ex-husband lives in Wisconsin, and right now my ex-husband is fighting stage 4 bile duct cancer. My family and I have been really having a very difficult time. He is, you know, my ex-husband is my ex-husband, but we're not man and wife anymore, but we are family. And I still love him dearly. And I thank God for the contribution he made in my life. And I do want to make everyone aware, we haven't given up. There is a hospital in Mexico. He does not believe in chemotherapy and radiation. They're toxic, and they'll kill him before the cancer would ever take his life. We're riding and leaning on faith right now, but we would like to send my ex-husband to the Hope for Cancer Center. That is in Mexico, and the reason it's in Mexico is because of the FDA restrictions on alternative treatments for cancer that are working. And let me tell you, my daughter, Lanisha Patterson, Lanisha, stand up. She's a PhD candidate at UTMB, studying cell biology, and she knows a lot more about his condition. Could you just come up here and tell everyone quickly a little bit about him? And I just want to do that because we're going to be going off live shortly.
Yes, so my dad has a condition called, it's a primary sclerosing cholangitis. So what it is it's an inflammatory autoimmune disease of the bile ducts in his liver. So usually when you eat or you drink anything, there's a protein called bile that helps excrete that out of your system. Anything toxic, any toxins or anything, it'll excrete. He doesn't have the ability to do that because of his inflammatory disease. So that protein, that bile builds up in his system, and it's very toxic to the body. So on top of that, we found out that he has what's called cholangiocarcinoma, which is a stage 4 bile duct cancer. So those two things together, very detrimental, and it's very emotional. So it's a very rare cancer. Only 20,000 people per year get this cancer, but it's very aggressive. So he went from stage 1 to stage 4 in a matter of about 6 months. So we're just asking for y'all prayers. I'm still emotional about it. I don't like talking about it. I'm holding myself up right now to talk about it, but we're asking for y'all prayers. I'm sorry. We're asking for y'all donations. We want him healed. My father has always been in our lives. Every basketball game, every event, every graduation, if it was big, small, no matter what, he was there. So I need my father still to this day. We need our father still to this day. So we're asking you guys, we'll post the link for the GoFundMe in the live feed. If it's $1, whatever it is, to help our family get my dad in this facility, we are just asking for y'all's help, y'all care, and we really appreciate y'all, even if it's just a prayer you can give. So thank you.
Thank you. So I'm going to give some information. You can go to my Facebook page, which is, there are several I have. My name is Diana, N, the middle initial N as in Nita, Diana Nita Patterson, Diana N. Patterson. If you want to like me on Facebook, it is DNP Productions. Again, that's DNP, N as in Nancy, DNP Productions. All the information and the GoFundMe link is on those pages. Listen, I say this. We can raise this money to get him there, even if it's $1 at a time. If you would like and share that link to your page and have your people like and share, we can literally raise this money $1 at a time. People don't understand. A lot of times, people will not contribute to GoFundMe accounts because they don't think they can give. Their contribution won't matter, but every dollar counts. We really want to send him there because we've done the research. This hospital is amazing. There are people walking in there that they have written off and told the families that they need to admit these people into hospice programs that are walking out, thriving, healed, and surviving. So we would like to heal him. And if you want to look it up, it's Hope for Cancer, and it's Hope, the number 4, Cancer. Hope for Cancer. So again, the GoFundMe is on my page, DNP Productions, or you can send a friend request to Diana N. Patterson on Facebook. So again, we just wanted to take a moment to acknowledge him and say, Mr. Patterson, we love you, and we are thoughts and prayers. And a few good men are back here, they're supporting you, and we're here for you. So I didn't mean to change courses, but I did want to do that. So let's go back to taking some more questions, and we need to take another one online. So do we have any online?
No, just comments, really.
Just comments? Okay, let's get a couple comments. I don't have my glasses, so I'm going to try to do this. Now y'all going to see how bad my eyes are. Okay, you going to do it?
Okay, so I guess this was falling back off of when you were talking about women having, you want them to be honest, and because they may have like skeletons and all that in their closet. So Monica Williams said she's looking for a man to take our past, present, and future, be willing to let us see your vulnerabilities, not wanting multiple women, but really one person. So she was just chiming in, letting you know that's what she's looking for.
And so I would like to answer that question. I didn't get a chance to comment much tonight. So listen, it's simple for me. I think sometimes men overthink it. I think men overthink. I'm talking about what a woman wants. I think sometimes men overthink our expectations. I'm a simple girl. First of all, I love sports. I used to play basketball, and let me tell you something. When I was 12 years old, I was MVP on the all-boys football team. I played nose guard and middle linebacker. So I love football. I can shout with the boys just like the rest of them. I can rough it up, and I can get hella sexy if you need that too.
All right.
So, I said it. So, but what I really want in a man is vulnerability. I want reciprocity. I want transparency. I want honesty, and I want authenticity. Those are the things that I want. He doesn't have to be a millionaire. In fact, I prefer that he keep all that, because a lot of times men will try to impress us with things. As a matter of fact, that lake that I told you that was a hot mess, I sat there for 2 hours and listened to him. He didn't ask me one question about myself. And it was just a turn off. And I really want a man that's interested in my dreams, my heart, my aspirations, what makes me tick, what makes me crazy, because I have that side too. Yeah. And you need to be able to deal with all that comes with me, because again, I don't send a representative. Who you meet is who you get. So that's important to me. So I think a lot of men can't handle it. And I will say this, I agree with the young lady that was saying that older men, and let me say it, y'all can call me cougar, whatever, I'm attracted to younger men. I'm gonna say it, I'll be 55 this year, and the reason I'm attracted, and I'm gonna tell you why I'm attracted to younger men. You're my son. The reason I'm attracted, and don't get me wrong, if I find a man my age that will step up to the plate, we can do this. But what I love about the younger men is that they're very authentic and they're not afraid to approach me. I can't tell you how many women
I just want these young men that's been approaching to know you got 8 men up here that you got.
You gotta go through all this up here, all these muscles out there. But I will say that, you know, and I want to say this. I've raised my daughters to be this way. I think it's important to be classy. I really do. I think a woman needs to exude poise, class. When she walks in the room, she commands the room because she's confident. And I want a man that can reciprocate that. It's important to me. And what I find a lot of times with the older men or the men my age, 55 and older, is they are. She was right. They're looking for younger women. I have, and I'm going to say it, like I said, I'm glad my self-confidence is high because I'd be messed up right now because I've been in an environment where I am completely passed up. I know I'm classy. I might not be the finest woman in the room, but I'm not a hot mess. I'm not a hot mess. And men will pass me up for the chicken head in the corner. And I'm just being honest. I'm telling you what I see. So it tells me a lot about what they're looking for. And I always say this, that's just God filtering me.
Mama, put that mic down. Put that mic down. Put it down.
That's just God filtering me.
Put the mic down. Put it down.
I'm sorry. I had to have a moment. Ask a question.
Watch this, fellas. Watch this, fellas. So everything you just said you was looking for. What was it? Vulnerability. What else?
Check.
So let me give y'all ladies something who looking for the same thing. The problem with all those things is that goes against our ego.
Exactly.
So if you really listen to what I said, all those things go against a man's ego. And even though y'all have pride too, we're just naturally gifted with more of it. So here's the thing. Older, younger men, right? That's what's been the topic. So here's the thing. With a younger man, what you think I'm gonna say? Basically what I'm trying to tell y'all is, with an older man, it's easier for them to let their pride go because they've been through some things. Older men are less prideful. They got a little bit more knowledge. Us younger men, we ain't so quick to let that go. So even though you see that flash and pan, you know, he look nice, he's real up front, he's real, you know, he'll approach me, he'll say what he wants. The other side of that is, tell him to do something.
He ain't gonna be able to do it.
Tell him, just tell him, just
You gonna have to call his daddy, and then you gonna see him and be like, oh, that's where he got it from.
But tell an OG to do something. Matter of fact, you don't even gotta tell an OG to do something because they see it before you say it, and they fix it.
Yeah. What's my name?
No, that's my name.
One more thing before I get off of here. Here's the real secret. Here's the real thing right here. You women can't force it. Whether he 50 or whether he 30, you can't force when that man is gonna understand how and when to use his pride. Y'all can't change it. You can't affect it. You can't fix it. It's up to us. Like I said, whether he 30 or whether he 53, it's up to us to be able to use that in the right way to take care of our ladies. So I don't want y'all to take all that pressure because y'all can't fix that.
Amen.
Y'all really can't.
I'm gonna give you a little more sample, ladies. I'm gonna give y'all a little bit of game because I'm the OG in the play. For real. Most men, I have a slogan. It's called "I am what I see." I grew up thinking that it was my job to do what my father did as a man. My father left for work at 5:30 in the morning and came back at 11:30 at night. I thought that's what a husband was supposed to do. So when I tell Paul to go meet the mama, if you want to find out what type of real man you got, go meet his daddy. Now if his daddy ain't in his life, I tell you his whole story. Because now he got a whole different trait, raising him to be the man who he think he is. So while you see all the potential, because I do believe that a woman births a man's potential because they see it in us. But in order for you to help push that potential, you got to see the type of man that you're dealing with. You can't see that without knowing his father. And he can't show you that if he don't know his father. So don't fault him for that. I never met my biological father. I got two battles because I got the traits of my stepdaddy and I got the traits of my father that I never met. So imagine the battles that my wife fight. And she's still here battling with me. And that's the testament of a true woman. Because she's like, this nigga don't know who he is, and I don't know either. So we gonna figure it out. That's the testament of a real woman. So if you find that man and you see that potential in him, your goal is not to just get that potential out of him, but your goal is there to stay with him so he can help build that potential together.
Yeah.
All right?
Yeah.
Bartender, get that man a drink. We'll put on Paul tag. Listen, so I think it's very important, like, before we, eventually, like, at the end of the night, we leave as men, that we give you guys, and you ladies, especially you ladies, some game, like, to lead with. Me, I'm very big on yourself. You can't control what another man does, no matter what age he is, but you can control yourself. So, with that being said, I'm going to ask some questions, and I really want some honesty if I can have it. I don't think y'all can honestly.
Let me tell you, we need to get this comment. She's been waiting for a while. Darchelle McAlpine.
Look, it's y'all about to get full load because it's a whole lot of stuff that happens. But I love hearing about what people want. But I think that list, I want honesty, I want this, I want that, and I want somebody to remember to put my towel in the tub when I come home from work. I want somebody to remember to bring me a glass of water when he gets a glass of water. Because I might be thirsty. I might not be thirsty and sitting on the nightstand, but I want you to remember to do that. I had a man that opened the door for me every time, opened the car door for me. He treated me like crap and stuff with anything he could. You ain't got to open my door, I got it. But are you there at night when I turn the lights off? The kinds of things that are important. When you talk about what you want, when you talk about honesty, what does that mean? I want you to tell me your whole story. What do you want? Do you want somebody to be completely open, completely? Because no one is that, including you. When you say you want honesty, we keep saying keep 100, keep 100. Somebody keep 100, you're like, oh, I'm going to need you to turn that down. That's too, I don't want 100, can I get like 65? When you say you want authenticity, do you really want that? Because we are unmerciful to each other, culturally, personally. As women, we've been taught, and men, we've been taught, particularly as people of color, to fight each other. That somehow we don't get along, we don't love each other, we don't want each other. We do, but we gotta get past the fallacy of what relationship is. All of us is bringing brokenness to the table. And if you wait to heal all your brokenness, you're not going to have nobody who wants to solve it. You got to be willing to bring that to the table with somebody who knows you're going to bring it to the table. You also have to be willing to deal with it when you bring it. I got this. Kenneth told me when I met him, I'm going off on him, I'm telling him I'm do this, I'm strong, that, I got blah, blah, blah. And in his quiet way, because he's always quiet, he don't raise his voice. He said to me, Darchelle, I'm not trying to steal your Superwoman cake. I don't want your cake. I just want to help you. As women and men, we are helpers to each other. I want to build a man, not break him down, but I don't know how to do that if I'm broken down. Right. So how do we bring all this to the table as a group and ready to address it? Because there is a lie that ain't enough black men and black women doing black love. How do we get there? That's the reality. I hear all of this in the room, but we keep having these conversations and we don't have no solutions. I want to see all you booed up. But how do we get there? How do we get to that level of relationship? If we're going to be real, let's talk about what's on the surface. Let's get down to the deep. What you really want somebody to do for you when no one else is looking.
Well, in our honesty,
all right.
In our honesty, you want to be real. For one, like goes back on what Chris said, you can't force us to be vulnerable. Especially when we first meet you. We're gonna try to see how we are. Like I said, how are you in person? We talk for a little bit.
That's normal.
It might be normal. But the thing about it, everybody's normal on the first date. Everybody's got a game on the first date. I'm gonna be real. I'm gonna be totally real and honest with you. Like, I had a friend. She only talked to the dude for a little bit, and next thing you know, this dude asking her to marry him. Got her name tattooed on his finger and everything. Goes back on what Denisha said, pressured her. But the thing is, she allowed him to pressure her. Y'all can't pressure us just like y'all don't want us to pressure you. You can't be what's the word I'm looking for? You can't be contradicting yourself. You can't be like, oh, I want you to do this and that, but then turn around and if we ask you for the same thing, you can just be like, no, I'm not doing that. See, that's a problem a lot of women have. And another thing, y'all ain't always right. I understand, yes, y'all. I will say yes if I'm wrong. People know this about me. I will honestly admit when I'm wrong, but at the same time, I'm not gonna bow down to you. And also, I tell any woman like, look, I'm not looking to take nothing from you. What can we build together? I tell everybody, look, don't come to my table if you ain't bringing your own plate. I already built the table. I got my food. Where's your food? What are we gonna make together?
But what I will say is, continue to be the person you were when you met her, and nothing should really change. The day you meet her, you want her, continue to be that person. Don't change you. If you don't open the door, don't start opening the door. If you don't pay the check, don't pay the check. Don't stop. Don't start it. They turn around and stop. You don't pay the check. But if they didn't with you, I'm happy. But you continue to do those things and continue to do them. Don't start to do them because you're going to be happy to irritate all the time. And she demands that of you or expects that of you.
Okay, I would like to say this. We're going to be wrapping it up, and Damien has a statement, but I do want to say this. For me, again, it's simple. I want to feel safe. I know that's a word. Listen, I want to feel safe. I want to feel safe to be who I am. I don't want to have to send a representative. I want you to take me and all my whatever come with me because it's coming, and I want you to be able to deal with it. But for me, I want to feel safe. I want to know that when I'm in your space, that you appreciate the presence that's in front of you, the spirit, the energy that's in front of you. That's what's important to me. And I think for many women, that's what we need. It's nothing worse than being in a relationship where you feel anxiety all the time because you don't know if this person really genuinely cares about you. And you really got to listen to what your inner voice is telling you, what the universe is telling you, because God will help you through that process. And he's telling you everything you need to know. It's up to you to whether or not you're going to listen to those voices, whether you're going to listen to what God is telling you. He gives you the information. What you do with it is on you, but he gives it to you. So I think that's important. But I know for me, I need to feel safe. That's it.
Okay, I know we're about to wrap up. So by a show of hands, ladies, how many of you want to be in a happy relationship? Okay. Okay.
What I would like a man to do for me is to share with me while I'm enjoying myself, and I do the same thing with him, like to enjoy himself. I want someone who's transparent. I want someone who's real. I want to put on the side. I want to see you from the beginning. I want to see your mask. I want to see the real person. And I'll piggyback on what you said. I want to feel very safe and secure. I have been blessed with my father, who's 90 years old, who taught me unconditional love. He taught me what unconditional love means, how you love a child, a female, and how you love a woman. Who gives the fruit of a woman as having children, who takes care of her children, who takes care of the woman. It makes a big difference. I want to be old school. Come call me old school if you want to, but I prefer having a real man. I don't need to tell him I need. He sees the need and he's taken care of. That's taken care of. It should be understood. There's no question asked. That's right. It's a big difference. But we're not getting that. I'm not saying they have young men that can do that. There's old men that do that. But I want a man who's going to enjoy me while enjoying me.
Amen. And let you shine.
So we're getting ready to wrap up. What I'd like to do now is I'm going to have all the men give one last piece of advice to the women, because again, and I want to pull a shameless plug. This is my book. Everything Grows in the Valley. It's a story of redemption and learning to embrace life's adversities. It's available on Amazon as well, and it's also available on Kindle, but I do have some copies here tonight if you're interested in purchasing. If you want to hear a story of brokenness and ascending for brokenness and living your best life, you need to read this book, because I promise you, anyone, if you are experiencing brokenness yourself, or if you know someone going through that needs to be encouraged and that needs to believe that they too can survive, they need this book. I promise you it's going to help them overcome. So men, one last piece of advice to the women. Okay, definitely. Okay, so we'll start with Damien and we're going to go around.
Okay, real quick. So, I do want to say, for all the ladies, you know, a lot of you raise your hand, said that you do want to be in a relationship and be happy. So one thing that I would say to focus on, again, like I said, is yourself. There's a lot of things that some of us are carrying, and you got to detach and refresh. Because you got the list of those things that you want for a man, you find them, and then you're not ready for them. How many times does that happen? You know, so be very careful with that. A lot of us are still friends with our exes, still in love with our exes, still in love with somebody that don't love us back. We got some baggage we're carrying, some hurt, some pain, and some joy for people who don't even deserve it. So make sure, I always say, detach and refresh. And then when you do find the man that you've always been looking for, that got all those checks on those boxes, you're ready for him, because that'll be the worst thing, to find what you've been looking for and you're not ready.
Pharaoh, why don't you go ahead and give us your words of wisdom?
But I think it's important that, I think when you first meet someone, it is a representative, if we're going to be honest. You don't just meet somebody and just pour everything out, time to meet. It takes time for you to feel comfortable enough to truly say, this is who I am, this is my life experiences, and be honest with that person. And I can only speak from my own experience. And I had made up my mind that I was great single. I'm going to live the life of a single human being. I'm going to do what I'm going to do, and this, that, and the other. And I had truly made my mind up. And a year ago, yesterday, actually, it's been 1 full year. And Val's laughing because she probably knows.
I'm down
and I met someone that I totally was not expecting to meet, and had no idea that it would evolve into a relationship. And it's been the most incredible relationship of my entire life. And yeah, really. So, you know, Sonia, and maybe she's out there listening.
She is listening. She commented a few times.
Oh, fantastic. I love you, Sonia. So yeah, so Sonia is just an incredible woman. And I had actually prayed years ago, like, okay, I gave God everything, you know, okay, God, you know me. And you know what I come with. And customize someone for me. And I left it there. I honestly left it there, and I was fine, single, this, that, and the other. And it was amazing how it unfolded. I had absolutely nothing to do with it. And God just showed me all these different signs, and it was just unbelievable. I had never experienced it before in my life. And I'm a very giving person. I'm a person that will give you my last. That's just who I am as a human being and in relationships. And so I was not accustomed to someone reciprocating that.
Right.
And to be in a place now where I receive that, you know, we have to understand what we deserve as well as what we don't deserve. And so often I think we get caught up in the wrong way, you know. But it's important that we know ourselves. It's important that we know what we deserve. And when you are not getting what you deserve, you always have the option to exit. Remember that, ladies. Yeah.
Sonia said that too. Sonia said that in her comments, so they great minds think alike.
All right, there you go.
She said someone wise says you need to know what you deserve and what you don't deserve.
Exactly.
There you go. Right there.
All right, now we have Paul Green. Last words, Paul Green.
Last words. Ladies, I just want to let y'all know that y'all are so much worth more than what you think. You don't have to settle for anything that anybody has to give you, whether it's man or woman. Demand high for yourself and keep your standards high. It's nothing wrong with that. You are worth it. That's what I always say. You're worth it. So that's pretty much all I have.
Well, for the first and foremost thing, like ladies, understand, I don't care if y'all agree with me when I say this or not, y'all ain't always right. Y'all are not always right. But yet, there's also a way to express when you are right. There's a right and a wrong way to express it, to where it's not offensive or disrespectful. But then also, when a king, not a boy, but a king tries to genuinely correct you, accept correction, and understand that I don't know everything. And also, if you got a list, throw it away. Because the simple fact, it is okay to have a guideline to the type of guy you want, but don't be just stuck on that list because, like Damien said, when you finally meet this guy and he's perfect, you don't know how to handle. But instead, like, okay, I know what I do like, I know how the guys I've been with, that are guys that have approached me. Let me actually see where this goes. Let me be a little bit more open-minded to the type of guy, not so much the guy that I want, but the guy that I need. Because we confuse our needs with our wants. And we put our wants above our needs, but like, okay, I'm gonna be honest, like most women want a guy who's 6 foot. I'm not 6 foot, I'm only 5'6". But I might be the guy that's perfect for you, but because of the fact I'm not 6 foot, or I'm not super spoiled, you look me over and then you go over with this guy who's 6 foot and he's built, but he's a dog and he beats on you like every other day, just because. So that's why I say, like, those are 3 things I leave you with. They're not always right. Be acceptable from a king, knowledge from a king, and throw away the list. Just be open.
And don't underestimate a sense of humor too. You can make me laugh. You might have a key to some stuff. No matter what height you are. It's just
The main thing, this right here, Jarvis Gordon. The main thing that I took from here is just being honest. You know, being honest, have an open communication, and that's my thing. Being honest and open communication, and everything is falling. You know, but there's a lot of good guys out there. I hang with a lot of good guys, married, engaged, they ain't girl chasing, you know, and we talk and it's just good positive vibes, you know, so open communication, being honest, you can get your soul fulfilled.
All right, everybody. I think what we can do is to find somebody. If you get your tail beat, make sure you find somebody who can beat them up for you. It's really important. Don't beat down on the ground. Get beat down. Make sure you find somebody who can take them out for you. That's real.
My son-in-law Nancy, I want to hear from him because he's dating my baby, him and my baby girl.
All right.
Oh, big voice.
Well, honestly, I heard about 3 or 4 people kind of say it already. Well, some big ones, just as far as accepting who you with. You know, the hard times when y'all get ready, you know, when you're going through stuff, and you gotta accept that person like that, or you gotta be willing to grow with it. I think that's a big thing for my generation, for sure. I think that's a big thing for my generation, for sure, is to be willing to grow with each other. That's just my generation. But across the board, I think what a lot of people, no matter what your generation is missing, is, I heard two people say, is transparency. That's the biggest thing. I think Kim, somebody might say, you're not gonna be honest, say everything about yourself when you first meet somebody, but be willing to, just know your expectations, basically. Just know what you expect out of yourself, out of your meet with people and all that. And just be transparent. Understand transparency. That's about it.
I can only speak from 15 years of marriage. That's all I can speak from. If you get in a committed relationship, I got 3 words for you. Selfless, surrender, and sacrifice. It can't always be about you. Sometimes you gotta be the punching bag. You just gotta know when to bow and weave. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you just gonna have to let go and be that sounding board for somebody. And sometimes you just gonna have to let go and be there for somebody, even when you don't want to be. That's the most important things in a relationship. It ain't about just getting what you want out of everything. Only place you gonna get that is a fast food restaurant, to keep it 100 with you. That's the only place you can go and be like, give me a burger, give me some fries, and give me this drink. But if you're in a relationship, just because you expect it don't mean it's gonna come. So stop with them expectations and start worrying about what you can give to the next person, because it's better to give than to receive. Because when you give and continue to give, you ain't gonna have to ask for it. Then that towel won't be at the tub when you wait for it. You know what I'm saying? Then that wine won't be at the door when you wait for it. Ain't that water? Sometimes I don't want to share my juice. I get mad. If I share my juice now, I'm gonna get my juice later. So I'm gonna feel it too. You know what I'm saying? So that's my little 2 cents at the end of the day.
All right, one last thing, man. As men, we're not perfect. We're not gonna be perfect. But if you're looking, get you a man that's trying to perfect perfection. All right, that's it.
Thank you, Paul. I have one last word, and then we're gonna wrap it up.
Paul, why it sound like you was doing a monologue at the end of the play?
You're good, man. For me, I do think this is important. And this is what I see in this kind of me culture, social media generation that we're in now, is what has happened to building a friendship first. Taking your time. I want my man to be my best friend. If you jump in bed a week after you meet, I'm sorry. You have totally changed the course of that relationship. Take your time. And I'm not criticizing her. There's some couples that may be doing that well. Okay, more power to you, but that ain't how I do it. And one of the reasons I'm not dating is because men don't want to take their time. They want to rush into that physical thing. I'm not doing that. You're not getting nothing from me. Keep it moving. I'm not the one. So build a friendship. Take your time. I want to live out the rest of my life looking at my best friend every single day. So those are my last words. So thank you for joining us tonight. Thank you, Benita, for allowing us to have our show here at Ease Wine Bar. If you like the show, we're going to be doing this once a month, and I just want to make a couple of announcements. I'm very excited. We are going to be doing another play. The women in my play have gotten on me and said that I had to do a women's play. So I will be doing casting calls from Ascension from the Valley. Ascension from the Valley. It's a woman's story. That is going to be casting calls in January. I'm very excited. And I'm also excited to announce that that will be my last stage play. Then I will be going into film production. Yes. And we're going to be launching these beautiful men up here. Listen, I feel like Hollywood needs some new meat. Don't y'all think so, Ivy? And I'm not taking away from anybody that's out there. We love y'all. But we need some fresh meat in Hollywood, y'all. And I'm getting ready to introduce them to some new talent. These beautiful men and women. And my ladies are here. Will my ladies stand up? Because a Jacoby just co-wrote her first stage play. I'm so proud of her. The man that it was amazing. I laughed all night. She did a beautiful job. I'm so proud of you, Dominique Leonard from Dominique Leonard Entertainment. So we gotta give shout outs to everybody. We have to support everyone. So again, my film production is I plan on launching sometime early summer next year is what it's looking like because of the play. But I'm going to film part of it here. We're going to film the rest in Atlanta. So keep an eye on me on Facebook. Again, you can follow us on Facebook at DMP Productions or on Instagram, A Few Good Men 2019. And I hope you follow us and support us. And again, thank you so much for tonight. And by the way, Friday is a national holiday, October 25th. This queen will be 55 years old. I hope y'all come out and celebrate with us. I'm so excited. So thank you again, and we love you. Say goodbye to the